Suzuki Alto making an excessive noise coming from around the engine bay, and in this video I'm going to show you what that noise is and how it's fixed. So just before I continue on with the Suzuki Alto video, I want to go through the thought process I have each and every time I go to diagnose a noise like this or very similar. First of all, on the road test we could hear the noise. It was increasing with acceleration, and at idle the noise was present. So knowing that the noise is present at idle, straight away I can rule out certain possibilities like wheel bearings, drive shafts. All of those items that require movement to cause the noise are gone. We can now localize it to engine and what is turning on the engine at idle. So the likes of an idler pulley, alternator, water pump, aircon compressor if it's switched on, power steering, tensioners. All of those items can cause a noise when the vehicle is only at idle. Also, when the RPM is picked up, they rotate with increased speed, which also can be replicated with the vehicle parked. So a couple of things I do. First of all, one of the most basic, I've done it my whole career, is put the likes of a pry bar down and listen on the top side of it. You go right down there, you'll be checking the tensioner. If you're checking the alternator, you could go right down like that, listen to the alternator, and the same goes for the water pump, the power steering, the tensioner, and so on. And that is a very, very effective way of checking. The other one, which is a bit more involved, is if you are unsure if it's engine related or if it's belt related. Sometimes the noise is very comparable and transferable in location. You can remove a belt. So if you suspected, for example, that this idler pulley was causing the problem, but you weren't sure if it was the top side of the engine as well, you could take the belt off, turn the engine over, listen to see if the noise has disappeared. If it has, you know you don't have an internal engine noise, and you can focus solely on those items. Also, with the belt removed, you can catch a hold of the pulley, turn it, see if there's any play, spin it, listen to any bearing noise potentially present there, and you can start to narrow down the possibilities. That's what I did in this video. I had a very good idea where the noise was. It was at the back of the engine. It could have been in the manifold area, but I was pretty sure where it was. And in the next clip you're going to see me focusing on the pulley alignment and the wavering part of that pulley alignment. I did my old trick with a long screwdriver and listened directly down onto the failed part, and I could tell that that was the issue straight away. So let's jump back now into that clip and show you what had failed and how it failed. Looking at them images, you can clearly see that the alternator is not running true, and this is especially the case when it's under load or when that air conditioning is kicking on and off. You can see it wobble in and out. I put a long screwdriver on, like I was saying in the earlier part of this video, and I could hear clearly through the alternator body
that it was resonating up from that alternator. After seeing this, the next step was to remove the belt and then the alternator to inspect. But when I had the vehicle in the air, I seen something I'd never seen before on the lower side of the alternator. If you look here, you can clearly see the damage, and the damage is located where the bolt runs through on that lower part of the alternator, that bracket, that surround. There is damage there. So the next step after that was to chat to the customer, and it was decided that they were going to get a new alternator with belts to be fitted. The clips you're seeing here is just the damage in closer view of the alternator itself when it's coming out, and also of the bolt. The bolt was also damaged, so that had to be replaced before the fit back was done. So here's a side-by-side comparison before the alternator is refitted. And then when it's all back together, we do the final check to make sure that the noise is gone and everything is good.
Rev it up.
And as you could hear in that clip, the noise was now gone and this vehicle could be given back to the customer. If you follow those simple steps when checking for noises, you try and pinpoint it, localize it, and then eliminate possibilities, you will help to speed up your diagnosis and be more accurate and thorough in the job. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.